Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
It's a rainy and chilly night, but not enough to stop this movement. Tonight, a community coming together for prayers and patrols in the name of peace. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 11. I'm Devon Hoover.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. 2 weeks have passed since a violent weekend in Greektown, but people haven't forgotten. Tonight, a group led by activist Pastor Mo hit the streets of Greektown in the rain to promote peace. Our Sean Lay is there live with their message. Sean.
Kimberly, I can't wait to show this message, share with you what happened out here tonight. Still, with this horrible weather, big police presence in Greektown here, mounted patrol, other officers down there. Police saying this is an no illegal gun zone, strictly prohibited. Community members also calling it a no beef zone. Here's what that means.
No beef! No beef! Say peace!
Peace! First prayers, then patrols on this raw, rainy, cold night. Peace patrols in and around Greektown and part of downtown after fights and gunfire here 2 Saturdays ago. But why at this moment in this weather?
We coming here like the mailman. In rain, sleet, or snow, we coming to deliver peace and declare this a no beef zone.
Right along with Mother Nature is this force of nature named Pastor Mo. He takes his preaching to the streets, knowing he has to connect with young people with TikTok-like quickness, calling for a no beef zone, meaning settle disputes, don't meet here to fight. The pastor insists patrolling the no beef zone will go on all summer.
Friday and Saturday, all summer.
That's a commitment.
That's a commitment, and we're gonna make sure that till we see peace, till the city know that peace rests upon this city, till the city see the solution and revelation to peace, until they know it, until they now act upon it, and it's gonna go from 7 miles to about an hour. No beef zone. No beef zone.
Back here live in Greektown, police making it clear for the last couple of weeks they can't do this all by themselves, keeping these streets here extremely safe. They need help from the community, and that's exactly what we saw here tonight. We're live in Greektown tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Great show of community support, Sean. We appreciate it.
Well, as you can see from Sean's pictures tonight, we are seeing some significant rainfall.
We are. Kim Adams is here with a look at our weather. Kim.
And unfortunately, the heaviest is right in downtown Detroit and then up into parts of Macomb County as well. So let's do some street level mapping here on Exact Track 40 radar. Grosse Pointe Woods right along Jefferson Avenue getting some pretty significant rain right now. You see that red right there. It's not a thunderstorm. It's just an area of heavy downpours. Also up into Mount Clemens, Fraser, over by Macomb Mall in Roseville. And then we go over to parts of Oakland County, raining in Birmingham, Berkeley, Southfield, Farmington Hills, Farmington, and then also in Livonia, but not in Plymouth. So it's just kind of scattered out and about. This rain will come to an end overnight tonight, which is good news for at least the first game tomorrow for the Tigers. Their game was canceled tonight. They'll play the doubleheader tomorrow against the Orioles. 55 degrees at 11 a.m. should be in the low 60s by tomorrow afternoon. But it's the second game that we're a little bit concerned about having a few showers. I'll have more on the weekend rain and time it out for you coming up.
Kim. Detroit Lions mixing it up in round 2 of the NFL draft. This time they picked an Iowa player before picking an Alabama player, but there's been a theme.
There has. The big splash, though, came in the 3rd round in the form of a quarterback from Tennessee. Bernie's here to tell us about the new faces headed to Allen Park. And once again, lots of trading by the Lions.
I want to say, I watched that quarterback last year. When he was healthy, he would have won the Heisman Trophy, I think. He was amazing.
Yep.
Well, you have to imagine Brad Holmes has that unlimited calling plan on his cell phone. Otherwise, he might break the Lions' budget. Rounds 2 and 3 tonight of the NFL draft. We've got highlights of Sam Laporta, tight end from Iowa, 6'4", 250, 58 catches last year, 1 touchdown, regarded as a terrific blocker, ran the 40 in 4.59. Iowa has a knack for producing tight ends, and he's a good one. And with their second pick on the second round, they gave Green Bay the 48th and 159th picks to move up 3 spots to get this guy. Safety Brian Branch of Alabama, regarded by many as the best tackler in the draft, and he loves to hit, and you can see it on this video. Boom. Oh, yeah, he's there. They also traded their 3rd pick in the 2nd round to Denver for a 3rd round pick and a 5th rounder, which will come up tomorrow. With that 3rd pick, they took quarterback Hendon Hooker of Tennessee. He would have been the number one pick possibly overall, if he didn't tear his ACL. Jared Goff has 2 years to go on his deal. Hooker can learn behind him. And one more. Moments ago, they traded a 4th and 2 fifth-rounders to Arizona for Broderick Martin of Western Kentucky, a defensive tackle, 6'5", 330 pounds. The word is he also doubles as a condominium. Jamie Edmonds has been monitoring all day in Allen Park, and she joins us live from there. Hi, Jamie.
Hi there, Bernie. People on social media calling them the Alabama Crimson Lions or the Detroit Hawkeyes because Brad Holmes picking up 2 players from Iowa, 2 from Alabama in the first 3 rounds. The Lions rolled out the red carpet to welcome their 2 first-round picks, Alabama running back Jahmyr Gibbs and Iowa linebacker Jack Campbell. When you heard that call, got the call, heard the name Detroit Lions, what'd you think?
It felt good. Didn't know I was going to get picked that high, but I knew it was a possibility I can get picked by Detroit. But it's just not that high, but it felt good that they have that much trust in me.
Right, that has been the history here where people don't really see the Detroit Lions, but they see them now, that pick the win the NFC North. Do you think you can help?
For me, I'm going to step in rookie minicamp and just be the best version of Jack Campbell I can be. And then I'll let the coaches decide where best fits the team. I'm here to win.
Last season, the Lions traded away 1 Iowa tight end. Brad Holmes added another in Sam Laporta, the 2022 Big Ten tight end of the year, who's happy to know someone in the locker room.
I'm so excited to be teammates with Jack again.
Holmes addressed the defense when he traded up to get Bama's Brian Branch, who says he's very much a Dan Campbell guy.
That dog mentality, that's what I got, and that's him, and nobody else can take that from me.
Holmes ended the night trading down and nabbing a quarterback in Hendon Hooker at 68, who says he's ready to learn from Jared Goff.
Yeah, to be a sponge, to come in and learn, everything, every nuance on how to be a pro.
You know, you file your story at 10:45. You say Brad Holmes is done, and then he says, no, I'm not quite done. As you said, Bernie, they traded up for defensive tackle Broderick Martin, and that's what people have been calling for. Please get a defensive tackle. So he listened. As for Hooker, he says he feels great. He started running this week, and he should be ready by week 1. We're live in Allen Park. Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
All right. I'll bet you're going home tomorrow and going to watch all 4 rounds that are coming up after today.
Of course.
Inside.
Smart move. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
Bye.
All right, we'll talk to you a little bit later in sports, Bernie. Thank you. Detroit police say they have a person of interest in connection with the death of a Detroit neurosurgeon. Dr. Devon Hoover was found dead in his historic Boston Edison home earlier this week. He'd been shot multiple times and wrapped in a blanket. His body put in the attic. Police say there was no forced entry into the home, leading them to believe he knew his attacker. Police say this person may have information as to what happened.
Right now, though, we are happy to have a person of interest who we can question, and we are confident as a policing agency that this person knows something about what occurred.
Police say this person is in custody on an unrelated warrant and has not been charged with anything.
Hockey doctor Zvi Levrin facing more than a dozen charges of sexual assault, back in court today with a new accuser, this time a 27-year-old woman, accusing the former doctor of sexually assaulting her during a urological exam. The woman says she went to see Levrin last August on a referral, but she claims he asked her many inappropriate questions and sexually abused her with a nurse in the room, by the way. Levrin is accused of assaulting a number of youth hockey players in Oakland County.